These are the items that you will need. There is the list of what those items are, and then we will get started on tearing this apart. Easiest way to go about this is just going down the line of what we have there. Alright, the way I start, 1/2-inch socket, 1/2-inch wrench, you tear it apart. Take that out. And you work down here, you work your way. I leave the spring in this. It makes it a little bit easier when you put it back together, and it keeps everything close together. Then for this, there's a little piece. You're gonna wanna pull it off to the side, and it'll come right through. And you'll tear this apart. Everything's finger tightened for me right now. And you pull that out. Then you'll use your snap ring pliers. Get in there, get that snap ring off. Then pull that bushing out, pull your handle out, and then you're ready to pull out the inners. And it's going to appear just like this. And more than likely what you'll have to do is, if you're replacing the cylinder, you'll take it over and you will knock it out with your 5/32 punch. Makes it a little bit easier if you have something here to hold it up. And your roll pin's out. You can change it out. This one's already a good cylinder, so I don't need to change it out. I was just showing you that for your sake. Then you will take your roll pin, the black one, I believe it's an 1/8-inch roll pin. Then that's like that. You pull it out about an inch or so to go just like that. Let me show that. And then you will put this in here like this, lock it in place, put this piece right against that, and make sure it's flat on it. And then you will just slide everything right together. Make sure this is cleaned off before you slide everything in. Kind of clean the grease off if you can, and then put a little bit more on there. Just make sure everything is clean as possible when you put it back together. It'll make it last longer, and it will work better. Then slide everything in slowly. Don't go too fast, just make everything more difficult and it'll rattle things a little bit. Just put everything in right till you hear that tick. Then first you start by putting the J handle in. I use a little Allen wrench to hold it in place to kind of feel around for that little paw. And you put the spring back in, put the shaft collar on there, push that tight against it, try to make that as flush as you can with this shaft collar, and then get it down to this flat spot that you'll see on the J handle, and then everything is in. You can make sure this other shaft collar is tight as well if you please. That one you use a 3/32 Allen wrench. Then you will shove your 5/16 bolt through the cylinder hole. Make sure everything holds together. And I'm showing you all this without using power tools because who knows what you actually have. So I'm trying to make it easy for you guys. Don't tighten that too much. It doesn't need to be too tight. If you tighten it too much, you'll actually damage the cylinder. So just tight enough. Then that should slide right in. Put the bushing in first. Then you put the washer on there, whether it be 1 or 2 washers. And you get your snap ring. Put that right on. I always spin it to make sure it's actually on there. And then you line this bolt up. Shove it through. Use your, I believe, 1/4-inch nut. And then the same thing with this one. Don't get everything too tight. You want it to be just a little bit loose. Since they're lock nuts, you just want to feel the tip of the screw, and that should be right where you need to be. And then check to see if it works. And that's how you disassemble and assemble a Wyse cargo bar. All right.